of the International League.
Two youngsters from the South. Paxton from Tennessee. Guidry from Louisiana. I don't know about Guidry. I don't know him that well, Ned. But if Mike Paxton has shown any nervousness about this game, I did not see it today at Logan, on the airplane, in the lobby, on the bus, or in the dugout. He's ready. Or even yesterday or the day before when he knew he had an assignment. He's just Mike Paxton, and that's it. He's going to be very quiet. There was no put on about it. He said, just another ball game, although I don't believe that. I don't believe he really means it. I don't believe any player that says this is just another ball game means it. However, you can't get entirely up in arms about it because this series isn't do or die for either team. I think a Yankee sweep would be die for the Red Sox, possibly. But 2 out of 3 isn't going to kill them. And 2 out of 3 certainly is not going to kill the Yankees, and even 3 straight Boston wins doesn't put the Yankees out of it. No worry. So we just have to see. There's a lot of baseball games to be played, theoretically speaking, in the next couple of weeks before it's all over. So just hang loose, stay cool, and here we go. The first pitch of the game is swung on and missed, strike one. Rick Burleson up there hitting .294, 3 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Ron Guidry, left-hander whom the Red Sox have not seen this year, but they have last, as a relief pitcher. Swinging, strike 2. Guidry has been the best pitcher on the staff along with Mike Torres in the last couple of months. He is from Lafayette, Louisiana, but now lives in another town in Louisiana. There's a ground ball up the middle, taken a shortstop by Dent. Throws to first, 1 out. Burleson grounds out to short, this one away. Now Tommy Helms, the money player of many of this kind of game, who has been picked to be the DH in this one because Don Zimmer wanted Jim Rice's bat, of course, in the lineup, and Jim Rice in right field, with a left-hander going, not wanting to go with Carbo or Miller. And puts Rice out there, and Tommy's the DH, taking a strike. Helms is hitting .288, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. Guidry, slim left-hander, throws an overhand fastball for a strike 2 called. He looks sharp early. Went to college at the University of Southern Louisiana. Last year was no wins and no losses. There's a little tapper fouled off the foot of Helms. Out goes the ball to Guidry, but it's a foul ball. And that hurt. Not so many people are comparing this to the 1949. It's not like that. Red Sox came in there in 49 only having to win 1 game. It was the end. This is not the end. No way. There's 2 more after this thing gets over with. If we ever get over with it, there's 2 more in Fenway next week. Swinging, strike 3, and Helms is out. Ron Guidry strikes out Tommy Helms, primarily with fastballs. He can throw hard. Last year, as I said, he had in 7 games with the Yankees as a reliever, no wins, no losses, and a 5.42 earned run average. Virtually forgotten in spring training. Kind of shoveled around and wondering if he's going to be AAA again. All of a sudden came on to pick up the staff and become his left-handed bell cow when Gullett was hurt. Pitch to Fred Lynn. Swinging, strike 1. All he can throw is strike. Lynn is hitting .255. 16 home runs, 68 runs batted in. Guidry working quickly. He doesn't mess around. Strike 2, swinging. Breaking ball that time. The Red Sox are swinging at everything that's up there. Most of them are in the strike zone. Ron Guidry, the 2-strike pitch, and it is hit on the ground. A chopper toward Randolph at second. Backs up on it. Throws to first. He's got him. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the first. No score.
On Wednesday, in the second game of this crucial series at Yankee Stadium, Reggie Cleveland, 9-7, will go for the Red Sox against Billy Martin's Ed Figueroa, 14-9. Louis Tiant, 10-8, meets Mike Torres, 16-12 in Thursday's windup. Fergie Jenkins, who has started 28 times for Boston this season, will be in the bullpen for the series and available for long relief, as will former starter Rick Wise. The Baltimore Orioles added more heat to the sizzling pennant chase with a 6-2 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays Monday. Says Orioles manager Earl Weaver, gentlemen, no matter what happens in New York tomorrow, meaning, of course, Tuesday, we pick up a full game in the loss column. Somebody in New York is going to lose, said Weaver, so we're going to pick up a full game. It was great to win this one. We've been coming to the ballpark for a month now and seeing that Yankee win on the board. We're playing good baseball now, and we're breathing right down the Yankees' neck, says Red Sox relief ace Bill Campbell, citing Boston's 5 straight victories and 11 wins in the last 13 games. Says Campbell, now we're hoping to beat the Yankees in 4 of the 5 games we played, and I know we can do it. Neither the Red Sox nor the Yankees, of course, can afford a mini slump in the final weeks of the season.
Out on the mound, taking his warm-up pitches, stocky Mike Paxton from Memphis State, who has come on to be one of the most solid starters that Don Zimmer has had in the past month or two. He has won 9 and lost 4. He's 9-4 with a 3.37 earned run average, and is making his first start against the New York Yankees. He appeared in relief against them earlier on the 25th of June, going an inning and 2/3 and giving up no runs and 2 hits. He's a sinker ball pitcher, throws a good slider, and throws strikes. Pawtucket and Carlton have gone 2 innings, no score at McCoy Stadium in Pawtucket. Vicky Rivers coming up, the center fielder for the Yankees, hitting .324. Come on strong, has had a good second half. 10 homers, 65 runs batted in, deep crouch at the plate, and Hobson close to third. Line drive right to Burleson at short. There's 1 out. Rivers went for the first pitch and lined sharply to Rick Burleson, who was playing him just right. 1 away. Roy White, the left fielder, a switch hitter, batting left, hitting .281, 14 home runs and 50 runs batted in. George Scott at first, Denny Doyle at second, Burleson at short, and Butch Hobson at third. And Hobson's in on the edge of the grass on White, who has good bat control and can run. Strike call. The left fielder, Carl Yastrzemski, in center, Fred Lynn, and in right, Jim Rice. Catcher, Carlton Fisk, and on the mound, Mike Paxton. No score, bottom of the first inning. The pitch to White. Lays off and takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. At Texas tonight, the warm-up, Moore for California, and Gaylord Perry for the Texas Rangers. Perry going for his 13th. He's won 12 and lost 12. There's a change-up by Paxton outside, and the count is 2-1. Paxton getting the sign from Butch Fisk. Winds and throws. Ground foul. Ripped hard up against the railing past the first base dugout, which is the Yankee dugout here in the stadium. Their bullpens are out in right field, behind closed doors, a runway. The Red Sox are in the left center field, back-to-back. They're not where the old bullpen used to be. Both bullpens are side by side in left center. In the old days, the Yankee bullpen was in the alleyway in right center, and the Red Sox in left center, or the visitors. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive and a base hit down the right field line. Ground rule double. Roy White at second base. Hard smash inside the line. It was touched by spectators going over there, and it'll go as a ground rule double. So Roy White, who spoiled the game earlier this year, a home run on Bill Campbell when the Red Sox had a lead in the ninth, tied up the game, sent it in the 10th inning, and that ruined the whole series for the Red Sox. That was on the first game of the series. Red Sox are coming in here fairly hot, and that killed them completely. So White is still at it. He's in scoring position, and here is Thurman Munson, the Yankee catcher, hitting .290. 14 home runs, 87 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Paxton looks back to second, throws to the plate. Strike 1 called, hitting the outside corner at the letters. Mike is sneaky fast. Likes to run the slider in on the hands of left-handed hitters. He has a sinking fastball. Will run into a right-handed batter. Fisk and Paxton have a word halfway between home plate and the pitcher's mound. They've filled in pretty well in the upper deck now. About 20 minutes ago, there weren't that many people. There's still some blue showing. Some seats empty, but not too many. 0-1 to Thurman Munson. Paxton takes some time, comes in with his pitch, and it's swung on and missed. Strike two. He jammed him. Fastball right up the chin or the shoulders. Off second for Roy White. Doyle tries bluffing him back, then moves back to position, and the pitch to Munson is inside. Wicked sinker that rode in on him at the belt. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Some of the Yankees were very loose before the game. All Yogi wanted to talk about was his kid Dale and the future he's got with Pittsburgh. Said they're going to make a shortstop out of it.
Shortstop, huh? He came up, he played some third, too, didn't he?
That's right.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Munson. White at second base. 1 out. Ground ball foul. Punched down the first base line with spin on it. Munson hit that off the hand. White returns to second. 310 feet down the right field line. 302 down the left field line. Curving out quickly to 387 and left at the point of the Red Sox bullpen, the starting point. 430 to the alley in left center where the Yankee bullpen is. Then curving around 417, 385, 353, and 310. 310 down the right field foul line. Crowd getting on Paxton. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, left center field. Hangs up. Yes, coming. He's got it. Long run for Carl Yastrzemski. A lot more ground to cover out here than there is in Fenway Park, of course. But he stayed right with it, and Munson is out. Reggie Jackson up. Scott comes over to say a word with Paxton. Talking about Jackson, Scott and Jackson are pretty good friends off the field. George has talked hitting with him a lot. Reggie is batting at .279, 25 home runs and 91 runs batted in. After a poor start, he has come on at the plate to help key this Yankee drive in August, at least, where they won so many games. Always a threat to hit one out of here. Paxton looks back to second. Backs off. Jackson, strong left-handed hitter. Good RBI man. Hits well to all fields, really. They play him around to right, however. And here's the pitch. It's a strike call. Sinker on the outside corner, 0-1. Yankees who've been hitting lately very well have been Chambliss, Rivers, and Piniella. And Chris Johnson, of course. Johnson's been something. Paxton works. The foul back on a changeup. Paxton changed speeds on Reggie, and he took a big rip and fouled it off the tip of his bat. 0-2, the count. And the Philly organ playing between pitches. Here as another ballparks over our land. 0-2. Here it comes. Outside, keeping it away from Reggie, showing him the fastball. It sailed away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roy White at second base, 2 outs, first inning. 1-3 here in New York. Then the Red Sox go into maybe a fire, who knows? A frying pan here, a fire in Baltimore, we don't know. But weekend games with the Orioles, very important. Jackson takes high, ball 2. 2-2. Having tremendous floods and rains in Kansas City, where games have been rained out the last couple of days, they're out again, as they are inundated by floodwaters on several of the rivers there, and of course they're not playing baseball. They had a doubleheader scheduled because they were rained out yesterday. Oakland had to get in a funny kind of way to get into Kansas City. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Reggie fouls it back. Again off speed, and again out ahead of it is Jackson. So it's raining in Cleveland and it's flooding in Kansas City, and who knows whether that's moving east or not. At St. Louis, however, they're going to play. Ray Burris will go for the Chicago Cubs, and it will be Bob Forsch for the St. Louis Cardinals. Different part of the state. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Reggie Jackson. Swing, strike 3. That's all for the first inning. We go to the second. No score.
One game was played in the afternoon at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. Cesar Cedeno homered and collected 4 hits for the second straight game, and Bob Watson added a 3-run blast to help the Houston Astros score a 13-4 victory over Cincinnati and move to within 2.5 games of overhauling the world champion Reds for second place in the National League West. And, of course, the Reds about had it for the year. The Dodgers, as of this moment, lead in the West over the Reds by 13 games. The victory was the 16th in the last 19 games for the Astros, who went over the 500 mark, 53-52, for the first time since April 20th. Rookie Floyd Bannister, 7-8, went the first 7 innings before he was forced to retire with a blister on his pitching hand. Gene Tense finished up. Cedeno hit his 13th home run, leading off the 7th inning, and also had a triple and a pair of singles, scoring 4 runs and knocking in 3. Watson's homer, his 17th, came with Jose Cruz and Cedeno aboard to cap a 6-run second inning for Houston. Rookie Paul Moskow lasted just an inning in the third, gave up 6 runs in absorbing his 6th loss in 10 decisions. Looking at National League action tonight, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia have gone 3.5 at Veterans Stadium. The Pirates lead the Phillies. Score is 1-0. Going into the game, the Pirates trail the Phillies in the East. They're way back, 9 behind. 1.5, Mets 1, Expos nothing.
Carl Yastrzemski will be first up against Ron Guidry. Yaz at an even 300. 23 home runs, 88 runs batted in. And he takes the pitch from Guidry outside, ball 1. Guidry had an overpowering first inning, 2 weak ground balls and a strikeout. Left-hander works Diaz inside low. Yastrzemski hit a home run off Guidry last year. As a reliever, one of those early games when the Red Sox still were thinking they were challenging the Yankees, when in all points they weren't. There's a drive, right center field deep. Trevor's back at the wall, leaps up, it's off the wall. Here comes Yaz in the second base. He's got 2. He is going to try for 3, and he makes it. In the third base with a triple, Carl Yastrzemski running on Mickey Rivers and on Reggie Jackson. The ball was picked up eventually by Jackson. As the ball hit the wall, Rivers went back there, gave it a good effort. It was a line drive, and it almost got over. Rivers scraped himself up and planted himself on the wall. It ball caromed past him. He and Jackson retrieved, and Yaz took a look out there, knowing his throwing arms, one is weak and one is inaccurate. Knew that they weren't expecting him to go for 3, and he took off. The ball was into the cutoff man, Bucky Dent, who was surprised, turned around and didn't even make a throw after he bobbled the ball.
Put it very well. 1 weak, 1 inaccurate.
They pitched to George Scott, or to Jim Rice, as a called strike. So Yastrzemski's on third with a triple and a hustle triple. The kind of series that Yaz eats up. He loves this kind of stuff. Here's Rice taking outside a ball. Jim is hitting .322, 38 home runs to lead the league, 105 runs batted in. Swing through and misses. Strike 2, 1-2. At Chicago tonight, Paul Thurmesgaard goes for Minnesota. 11-11 rookie here, and Francisco Barrios for the White Sox. Guidry to Rice. Ball just outside. Good eye by Jim on that one. Roy White is miles deep in left field. Mickey Rivers is toward right center, and Reggie Jackson is straight away in right. Gap in left center. Low. Ball 3. 3-2 to Rice. So the Red Sox mount their own threat with a no-out triple by Yaz. He's at third. A fly ball will break the scoreless end of it. Strike 3, swinging. Jim Rice strikes out. That's number 2 for Guidry. So Carlton Fisk comes up, and as Jim said, he rang the Geiger counter, or the whatever bell is to be rung on the most boos given a Red Sox player. He has always gotten them since, years ago with a run-in at Thurman Munson. And then, of course, last season in the fight. All that business. Yastrzemski still at third. Fisk up there got the American League Player of the Week award for last week for the third time this year. Takes outside and high a ball. Butch hitting .313 with 23 home runs and 86 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. It's high, outside, ball 2. This game and the ensuing game tomorrow night and the next night, we're happy to state, will be on American Services Radio. We'll be with you and hope you'll be with us around the world for the girls and the guys in the armed services. Pitch is low for ball 3, 3-0. We may have a few people of New York and Boston extraction who are big fans in our armed services. Billy Martin has come to the mound, and with that, we'll have a station identification on the Boston Red Sox radio network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
In the Canal Zone, this is SCN Radio. It's 7:29.
We're back at Yankee Stadium. Martin has had his word with his young pitcher, Ron Guidry, who is now 3-0 to Carlton Fisk. The infield is halfway in. The Yankees playing it that way. A possible play at the plate, and also not too far in to let a hit go by. Ball 4. Fisk is on. Red Sox are at first and third with one out. Of course, that sets up the double play situation with George Scott coming to the plate. Scott is hitting .261, 32 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Scott against the Yankees this year, 10 hits and 34 times up for a .294 mark. Guidry working to the boomer, and there's a swinging strike. 0-1. Scott has had 5 home runs against Yankee pitching. Yastrzemski has had 5. Red Sox have had 25 homers against this pitching staff in the 10 games that they've played. Pitch to Scott. Strike 2, called. Best hitter against the Yankee staff this year has been Rick Burleson, .318, and Jim Rice, .375. Scott fouls this pitch back, and the count on the boomer is 0-2. Nothing in 2 to George Scott. Here's a wild pitch. Here comes Yastrzemski home. 1-0 Red Sox. Fisk goes to second. A wild pitch high by Ron Guidry off the tip of Thurman Munson's leaping glove. And it's a wild pitch for a run. The Red Sox lead 1-0. And also takes the double play possibility off or decreases it. There always is a double play possibility, I guess, with somebody on base, but not as much at second as at first. Wild pitch puts Fisk at second. Scores Yastrzemski. Guidry working to Scott. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. And it's outside and high again. Ball 2. 2-2. Rivers over toward right center again on Scott. And deep. And White again, very deep, and in left center field. Toward left center. Check swing inside. Ball 3. 3-2 now. Guidry gets the sign from Munson. Scott backs out as Guidry takes too long. Ron has had good control this year. 58 walks in 177 innings. 151 strikeouts. Ball 4, though. He walks Scott. Scott draws a walk. Runners at first and second. Still just 1 out. And control problems for Guidry. Butch Hobson up. Hitting .264, 28 home runs, 99 runs batted in. Hobson has had a rough time against Yankee pitching, 6 for 36. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Fisk rounds third. He'll come on to score. 2-0 Boston. 100 runs batted in for Butch Hobson tonight.
Boy,
He didn't waste any time at all. He's hit well against left-handed pitching, too. He and Scott of the Red Sox right-handed batters have done better against left-handed than anybody else. So Guidry gives up a solid ground ball single through the shortstop hole into left field. And the young kid from Alabama, Butch Hobson, 100 RBIs in his first full season in the majors.
They're singing Roll Tide in Tuscaloosa.
That's right. Denny Doyle is up, runners at first and second. And now Nettles, thinking possibly a Doyle punt with a left-hander facing left-hander, is in on the edge of the grass at third. He is checking off with Dent now as to coverage. Case of a bunt. Doyle is swinging away. Ground ball right side. Randolph goes to second. One, that's all they can get. Throw to third, not made. Scott got off the bag, but got back. So Doyle grounds into a force out, 4-6. Hobson rode in hard, but Dent had no throw at all, no play. The ball was hit far to Randolph's left. Scott goes to third. Rick Burleson up. Grounded to shortstop his first time. The Red Sox have drawn first blood here. They lead 2-0. They're batting in the top of the second. Scott at third. Doyle at first. Pitch is low. Ball one. Very good strikeout to walk ratio for Guidry. About 3-1. Foul back by Burley. 1 ball, 1 strike. A loaded press box over there. I believe everybody in the East Coast is covering. They even have 5 writers up from Philadelphia covering this because, of course, the Phillies thinking maybe one of these teams they'll meet in the World Series. Who knows?
One here from Toronto, even.
That's right. He was just hanging around from last week. Never got out of town. The pitch is outside, a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I came down an elevator with one that introduced himself as somebody I didn't know in Baltimore. Said I was here for the tennis championship. Just stayed over.
2 balls, 1 strike to Burleson. Here it is. Fouls it back again. They're working him outside. Yastrzemski led the inning with a triple. A hustle triple. Ball that ordinarily would be a double probably, but he played it right. And caught him a little bit flat-footed. Then a strikeout, then a walk, wild pitch, single. Wild pitch let 1 run in, and the single by Hobson the other. The pitch to Burleson. Strike 3 call. Sinker on the outside corner, and Burley is caught looking. That's the 3rd strikeout for Guidry. 2 runs for the Red Sox, though, and we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Red Sox 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Tom Seaver will try to become only the 5th active Major League pitcher to win 200 games when he starts for the Cincinnati Reds against the Dodgers in Los Angeles Thursday night. Seaver says he eventually wants at least 300. Catfish Hunter, Jim Cott, Gaylord Perry, and Ferguson Jenkins are the only active players to have reached the 200 plateau. Says Seaver, when you're just starting out, you never really know how successful your career is going to be. So the round numbers seem to take on significance. I can remember going for my 50th, then my 100th. It'll be nice to get my 200th whenever it comes. Then I can start thinking about 300 victories. That will become my new goal. Back in spring training this year, I remember saying to myself that I wanted to make sure I won at least 18 games so I could make 200 this season. Seaver, now 32, averaged 18 victories a season during his 10-year career with the New York Mets before being traded to the Reds this season. Seaver, who has 199 career and 17 season victories going into his Thursday evening game against the Dodgers, still has a shot at a 5th 20-victory season. He is programmed for 3 more starts after the Dodgers game.
The Pawtucket Red Sox are down 1-0 to Charleston after 3 innings at McCoy Stadium in Pawtucket. Burton pitching that one for the Paw Sox tonight, and they try to even things up. And they'd much rather get the thing going out of their own ballpark 1-1 than 0-2 than moving into Charleston for 3 games. Chris Chambliss up against Mike Paxton. Red Sox leading 2-0 2nd inning. Long drive going foul, I believe, down the left field side. It is a foul ball. Kept slicing off the left-hander's bat and finally into the seat. Chambliss batting .296. 17 home runs, 86 runs batted in for the smooth fielding, solid hitting first baseman of the Yankees. Pitch is outside a ball. Chambliss, one of the quiet, classy guys in this club. Hitting above 300 against Red Sox pitching. There's a changeup outside, ball 2. Balls, 1 strike. Left-handed batter. And Paxton's way outside with that change. Ball 3. Chambliss has an 11-game hitting streak going. Becky Rivers hitting 9 straight before tonight. 3-1 pitch by Paxton. There's a little pop foul, third base side, fair ball now. Along the line it goes foul, and Hobson has it for the out. But right along the line up in the air, it was hard to tell which way it was going to decide. It decided foul, which we had set. So it's Chambliss fouling out to third on a 3-1 pitch. Graig Nettles up. Nettles batting .240, but with 34 home runs and 95 runs batted in. He hits for power. And he just as soon forgets last Saturday, I imagine, when he made 4 errors in that 19-3 drubbing by Toronto. Pitch to Nettles, hangs outside, ball 1. Nettles, a left-handed batter with full power. That's the way they play him. Pulled around severely to right field. Ground ball to Scott. Comes up for him, steps on the bag, 2 out. Graig Nettles grounding to Scott unassisted. And sweet Lou Piniella comes in, hitting .326. 10 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Designated hitter tonight, a right-handed batter. And a lot of people give him an awful lot of credit for helping to turn this team around. He didn't do it just on the field. He's had a good year at the plate. But about 4 weeks ago, the Yankees were having their troubles internally and externally and on the field. He just chewed everybody out one night in the locker room after a loss. I mean, he gave it to him. Slider outside, ball 1.
Well, Rick's hearing that, but I think he tried to do that on occasion in Kansas City and it didn't go over there at all.
Well, there were different players there. Different kind of ball club. The 1-0 delivery. A little foul ball chopped back. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Piniella. Red Sox 2 and the Yankees nothing in the second inning. Paxton works. Strike called outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McGlow.
They got a lot of people here.
It's like, I think they sent fewer people to cover the last World War. The 1-2 delivery. It's high and outside, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Infield deep, they play Piniella about straight away. Paxton works, and it's chopped foul off the left. Dribbling into the third base Red Sox dugout.
Yankee announcers are really taking it seriously. They got some kind of a computer that they run names through and birth dates to who's supposed to have good days all 3 of these days. The top man for the Yankees tonight was Nettles, and we're in a little disadvantage. Our top man is Carbo, and he's not playing.
That biorhythm thing, I guess, isn't it? Yeah, well, they were getting pretty upset the other day in that Toronto doubleheader. Foul back. And, of course, we have our friend Gene Michael over here, who is a bird dog and all kinds of things for the Yankees, assistant to the president and everything else, and he's got a walkie-talkie. He's in contact with the Yankee bench. He's sitting 2 booths away.
He's getting like football.
I know it. Don't know that I like that so much. What you can do. He was talking very earnestly with Ellie Howard a while back. Phone. Strike 3 call. Piniella's out on strike, and he's giving the umpire what for. He is mad at the umpire, Garcia. Nothing across, and we go to the third inning with the Red Sox leading 2-0.
Looking at the leaders in the major leagues and batting first off in the American League, Rod Carew still holding on. Oh, he's not going to bat 400, pretty evident right now, at 376, but he's way ahead of Ken Singleton of Baltimore at 335. Lyman Bostock, Carew's teammate with the Twins, has fallen to 334. Mickey Rivers, the Yankees, at 324. LaFleur, Detroit, 322. Jim Rice of the Red Sox, 322. Baylor, Toronto, 320. Carlton Fisk, Boston, 313. Brett, Kansas City, 312. And Bunbury, Baltimore, 307. Batting leaders in the National League based on 400 times at bat or more. Parker, Pittsburgh, 347. Stennett, Pittsburgh, 336. Simmons, St. Louis, 320. Griffey, Cincinnati, 320. Hedrick, San Diego, 316. Reggie Smith of the Dodgers, 316. Foster, Cincinnati, 314. Brzezinski, the Phillies, 309. Pete Rose, Cincinnati, at 304. And also at 304, Valentine of Montreal. The St. Louis Cardinals announced that they have signed left-handed hitting outfielder Jim Dwyer, who was released earlier in the day by the Chicago Cubs. Dwyer, 27, was with the Cardinal organization from 1971 until 1975, when he was traded to Montreal late in the season. He then was obtained by the Cubs. Dwyer was the American Association batting champion this year, hitting .332 at Wichita.
The first pitch to Tommy Helms as we go into the top of the third is a high fastball that knocked him out of the batter's box. 1 ball, no strike. Tommy struck out his first time up. Fouls this one backing out of play. 1-1 the count. Now there's people every place you look, and very little of the balloon showing, and that described the empty seats a while ago. Whopping crowd. Even let down the bars there, and this one is being televised tonight in New York. All 3 are. Strike 2 calls. Guidry cracked that good fastball right across the thighs of Helms. 1-2 the count. Boston in front 2-0 early. Top half of the third inning. Baltimore is off tonight. Pitch is line foul, left field side. They will play Toronto a doubleheader tomorrow night. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Tommy Helms. Been here before in games like this. Pressure packed every pitch. Big sigh by young Guidry out there on the mound. And the young man from Louisiana sends it in, and a drive out toward right center field. Jackson on the move, and Reggie got there. Tommy took a shot at the gap in right center, and Reggie Jackson closed it up. 1 man out, taking a base hit away from Helms. Now Fred Lynn grounded weakly to Randolph his first time up. Rivers was coming too, but it was Reggie that had to get there. 310 down the lines here. 353 straight away and right. 387 straight away and left. Lynn takes outside. 1 ball, no strike. Contour's a bit different than it was in the old stadium. And Rice claims there's a little incline out in right field that he doesn't like out there, to play out there. Hard cut by Lynn on a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, there's some waves in that outfield. There were last year. I don't know if they filled them up this year, but you could see it. Guidry delivers, and this one comes shooting on back here. 2 balls and a strike. Now the ball that is thrown out to the mound almost hit Guidry. It's going to be a crazy 3 days here in the big town. Red Sox are not without their rooters here, but of course they're outnumbered. A lot of Red Sox red caps and batting helmets on display here, but thousands and thousands of bug-eyed Yankee fans. Ball down low to Lynn. 3 balls and a strike. And again, Guidry is behind. Guidry works rapidly. No hesitation here. Foul ball, back out of play, upper deck. Full count now on Lynn. 3-2. Everybody that is everybody is around for this one. Oh, New York Riders tonight I haven't seen in years. 3-2 pitch. Popped up. Munson coming for it in front of the Red Sox dugout, and he's got it. Lynn fouls out to Munson. 2 away, and the batter's Yastrzemski. At home, Yankee Stadium or Fenway Park. Great. Here's Jazz, who started the 2-run rally with a hustle triple off the right center field wall. The veteran led the charge. And I think Yaz is hopped up, not only for these three, but for the stretch drive. He is knocked back a little bit on a close pitch by Guidry. 1 ball, no strike. 2-0 Boston, top half of the third inning. Rivers now parked way over into right center. Jackson back near the warning track in right. Yes, a big cut and a miss. 1-1 the count. Nothing but space here. Acres and acres of it in the outfield. People around here still talking about the 19-3 game that Toronto won here the other day and everything that went wrong in it. Pitch is down low, 2 balls and a strike. 2 men out, nobody on. Here's the pitch by Guidry and a foul straight back. 2-2 the count. Our engineer is being slightly bothered with calls from Cleveland and various other places wanting to know what the score is here already. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 men out. The pitch by Guidry. High pop up. Along third, here comes Nettles. Munson. Nettles wants it, makes the foul ball catch, and Guidry has an easy inning. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Boston. To continue the atmosphere of the World Series here, Ned, and you know what it's like around here, World Series time, has now begun to introduce the celebrities that are here tonight, and Bob Hope and Robert Merrill just got a big hand and took them out.
The nearest I've been to seeing old Skinos in person. Hope he looks miraculous for a man his age. You know, he looks like our age.
Oh, come now. Willie Randolph comes up as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. Willie hitting a hard 290. And he's been a lot of the reasons the Yankees are where they are today. Randolph with a good stroke. Paxton looks him over. And the pitch is in for a strike. Randolph has had 4 home runs and 40 batted in. A real good pickup from the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then the many deals that Gabe Paul and George Steinbrenner made. Long drive, deep center field. Lynn way back, and he's there. Randolph put Paxton's pitch a long way back in center, but Freddie Lynn off with a crack of the bat. Made a fairly routine catch out of it. Bucky Dent up now, the former Chicago White Sox shortstop. 247 with 8 home runs and 48 batted in. Paxton and the Red Sox leading 2-0 here in the third. And both managers have called this first game the key game, which naturally they would. Reggie Cleveland goes tomorrow, and Figueroa will be his pitching opponent. Dent takes the strike. Mike Torres and Louis Tiant in the Thursday wrap-up here. Paxton works and hits the outside corner. Strike 2. Mike pitching in his unperturbable fashion out there. See a good pitch to Chambliss when he had him 3-1 and got him to pop up. And took a little bit off the pitch that time and missed outside. 1-2 the count. Red Sox have 2 hits. The Yankees have 1. The double by White that led to nothing. Dent. Little pop fly out in the shallow left. Burleson goes 15 back toward the line. He puts that away. And there's 2 men out in the Yankee third.
The game continues at the beginning of side 2 after a short delay.
And up will come Mickey Rivers, who hit the first pitch of the ball game. A line drive, but right at Burleson. Hobson comes way in at third now. A full step and a half in on the ground. George Scott up at first. Guard against the speed of Rivers. Paxton comes in with this big high chop that's going to get over the head, but the ball is thrown away by Doyle after he made a good play to get it, and Rivers can only get to first base. Scott was playing in, and the ball chopped over his head. Doyle came a long ways down to his left and got it, but his throw to Paxton is off target, and it was going to be late anyway. But a good backup, and Rivers has a base hit and is on at first base.
That's the gimme hit when Rivers is up there. A typical Mickey Rivers infield shot, because once he gets it up in the air like that, there's no way you're going to throw him out.
Now here's White, who doubled down the line his first time up. Thinking about Rivers going. He's stolen 21. He's been thrown out 14 times. So his ratio of steals is not all that great, as he might have you believe. 2 outs. The runner at first. Scott right at the bag. Rivers has a very liberal lead over there. 2-0 Red Sox. Last half of the 3rd inning. Rivers goes right now. Pitch swung on. Fly ball. Shallow right center. Doyle out. Lynn in. Denny Doyle's got it. And that retires the side. We go to the 4th inning. 2-0 Boston.
The World Series of Yachting began today, and Ted Turner's Courageous sailed to an easy victory over the Australia in the first race of the America's Cup Finals. Turner spotted the foreign challenger a 12-second lead at the start, then used his expert seamanship and winds of more than 12 knots to gain a minute and 18-second advantage at the end of the first leg. Although Turner sailed conservatively the rest of the way, Courageous picked up another half minute by the time it crossed the finish line. Courageous immediately hosted a pennant, indicating it would not ask for a lay day tomorrow. The Aussies, however, asked for the day off to discuss strategy and perhaps determine the best way to utilize their sails in winds expected to be brisker than they were on Tuesday. In tennis, the third-seeded team of Marty Reason and Dutchman Tom Archer defeated Mike Machete and Dick Bornstead in Tuesday's opening round of the $125,000 U.S. Professional Doubles Championship in Woodlands, Texas. The Reason-Archer tandem was forced into a first-set tiebreaker, which they won 7-3, then coasted to a 7-6, 6-3 victory. Other early first-round winners were brothers Vijar and Armand Armitage of India and Jamie Alvaro Fio of Chile. Oh, that's Jaime and Alvaro Fio of Chile. So that's the latest in the $125,000 U.S. Professional Double Championship being held in Woodlands, Texas.
Leadoff batter is Jim Rice here as we move to the 4th inning. Rice struck out his first time up. Got a couple of schedule changes at home to note for you, just starting time, so. Here's Guidry working to Rice and a swing and a miss 0-1. On the 29th, the 2 o'clock game against Toronto has been moved up to 12:30. That is now a businessman's luncheon special. So change that. Instead of 2 o'clock on the 29th Thursday, it will be 12:30 at Fenway Park with the Toronto Blue Jays. Rice takes the ball. That's low, 1-1. And the game on Sunday, the 2nd, was the last game of the year. Foul backing out of play, 1-2. Will be at 2:30 because Brooks Robinson is going to be honored and a lot of ceremonies concerning the all-time great third baseman. So the game, the 2nd, 2:30, 12:30 on the 29th. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jim Ed Rice. Guidry looks him over. Hits are even at 2 apiece. The Red Sox leading 2-0. Rice almost hit, and the ball rolls back here to the screen. Vic Garcia places another pellet in the glove of Thurman Munson, and we're immediately ready to go. There's 2 quick working pitchers here tonight in Paxton and Guidry. Here's the pitch, low and away. Rice is full now, 3-2. Guidry has struck out 3, walked 2. And has thrown a wild pitch that cost him a run. The payoff pitch to Rice. Foul way back and out of play. Upper deck. First base side. Still 3-2. Nobody wants to win in this series any more than the guy down at first base, John Pesky. The payoff pitch. Way inside. Rice walks. 3 walks now given up by Ron Guidry. So that's the way it starts here in the 4th inning, and Butch Fisk up. He walked his first time to the plate. Butch taking a look at Eddie Yost to see what Zimmer might call for. A lot of thought, long team meeting before the game tonight, and a lot of thought over the last 2 days in regard to this series. Scouting reports, Frank Malzone's reports have been gone over thoroughly, and there were reams of those for Zimmer to peruse after he got to the stadium this afternoon. Just takes the strike in the outside corner, 0-1. The super scouts, like Malzone of the Red Sox, Clyde King of the Yankees. Now it comes down to the nitty-gritty here in these big 5 games left between the 2 clubs. Short lead by Rice. Fisk swings through a fastball, strike 2. Quick strikes on Butch. was the player of the week for the third time in the American League last week. Pitch, long drive, deep left center field. Rivers on the move. He got there. Mickey Rivers ran down a long bullet-like shot by Butch Hobson. It appeared headed for the gap, and that would have got right home with ease. But it was not to be. Let's pause here for identification on the Boston Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
In the Canal Zone, this is SCN Radio. It's 8 o'clock.
Rivers, upon occasion, can give you weird interpretations of playing the outfield. Did not that time. Throw to first, Rice is back. Got the batter. He walked his first time up. 2-0 Boston, fourth inning. Another idle toss over to first, and as you know, Rice doesn't take that long a lead. Guidry finally sends it into the boomer, and it's a breaking ball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Red Sox got there, too, in the second inning on a triple by Yaz. Walks the fifth, got a wild pitch, and a single by Hobson. High again to the boomer. Butch has got his 100 RBIs in the bank, baby. Boomer now taking a look down at Yost, and Guidry behind again. Guidry's control has been his main problem here tonight. And then giving up much in the way of base hits. All there's been a couple of solid wraps off of him. Big swing by Scott. 2-1 the count. Boomer went for all of it. The outer fences here, which are a long ways away unless you can get one down the line. Rice takes a little bigger lead over at first now off Chambliss. Low to the boomer, and again Guidry sinks behind. 3 balls and a strike with Hobson on deck. First of 3 in the big town, and then on to Baltimore for the weekend. A tremendous week of baseball for New England. So to first, Rice is back. And the Yankees Monday and Tuesday night at Fenway. The young left-hander steps, delivers to Scott, gets the outside corner to bring the count full at 3-2. Doing a breaking ball on the 3-1 pitch. The end of 4. Charleston leads Pawtucket 1-0. We'll see what Scott does here. Rice doesn't go, and Scott, fly ball, right field, not deep. Jackson is there waiting, 2 outs. Scott flies out to Reggie, so Guidry's come back to get almost out of it and get away from the opening leadoff walk he gave to Rice. Hobson up, single homer run, his first time to the plate. Rivers moving around out there, moving back to a more or less straightaway position. White deep in left. Everybody in the league respects the power of Mr. Hobson, who takes the strike right down the middle. 0-1. Red Sox 2, Yankees 0. Fourth inning. 2 youngsters probably pitching the biggest game they've ever pitched in. Hobson waves through a fastball, strike 2, and Guidry smoked him that time. 0-2. Doyle, the on-deck hitter. Short lead by Rice at first. Guidry to Hobson and a ball, tailed off outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leans way in as he takes the sign from Munson. Brings it to Hobson. Misses again, and the count evens at 2-2. So Butch is back with him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rice at first and 2 men out. Nettles, Dent, Randolph, Chambliss. The inner defense behind Guidry. Ron brings in the pitch. Long, high fly ball, deep right field. Rivers, Jackson, both back. That's the warning track. Rivers gets it at the wall. At the 385-foot mark, Mickey Rivers made the catch of a high drive, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, still 2-0 Boston.
Well, it seems that Cuba will send a powerful volleyball team to the U.S.
Thurman Munson, the leadoff batter here in the 4th inning. Clyde Diaz, who made a good running catch to put him away in the 1st inning and save a run behind White's double. They've changed the Pawtucket score now. It's at the end of 5 in their second playoff game. Charleston leading now 2-0. Outfield straight away. Yaz, Lynn, Rice. And they're deep for Munson. Hobson 2 steps behind the bag at third. Paxton into the motion, and the pitch to Thurman. Outside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Yankee fans are waiting to erupt. Each club has only 2 hits against these 2 youngsters who have both pitched extremely well so far here in the early innings. Munson weakly waves at a pitch that had him badly fooled. Foul tipped it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hot night in New York. 75 degrees here at 8 o'clock, and it's been warm most of the day with chances of rain later on tonight. They say a good chance of rain later on tonight. Paxton staring in at fifth. They have gone over these Yankee hitters to a T. Fastball, letter high, strike 2. 1-2 the count. Mike Paxton, after his 10th win, the biggest of his life so far here. But as you watch this youngster, you know full well that he'll be in a lot more big ball games for the Red Sox down through the years. He has proved his mettle. A little loose, foul, and Scott can't get to it. Ball's among the photographers down behind the Yankee dugout. Thurman Munson. Never see Munson and Fisk exchanging any chit-chat as either one of them steps into the batter's box with the other. No love lost there. The delivery. Another foul. It's out of play. Dumped in behind the Yankee dugout. 1-2 the count. 2-0 Boston. Last half of the 4th inning. The game is a little over an hour old here in the big stadium in the Bronx. A monumental traffic jam getting away from here tonight, and all the people they've got here. It's going to be that way every night, for that matter. But who cares? The 1-2 pitch. Another foul. Stroked way down the right field line into the mezzanine. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Reggie Cleveland tomorrow against Ed Figueroa, who's always been a tricky puzzle for the Red Sox to solve. Reggie will have to crank up for one of the biggest games he's ever pitched. And see how he has pitched a lot of them against Mike Torres on Thursday. Pitch is just outside to Munson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out here in the Yankee 4th inning. Stocky little Mike Paxton prepares to work to the big hitter, and a smash foul this time in behind Dick Hauser, the third base coach. So Thurman is spraying foul balls all over the park. And is running a lot of good Paxton pitches because he's right around the plate. Jackson will be next, and then Chambliss, the very meat of the Yankee batting order. Although there's no soft touches all up and down it, as there is not in the Red Sox order either. 2-2 pitch to Munson. Oh, he just missed that. Ball 3. Munson got away with taking a real close pitch inside. Paxton has struck out 2, hasn't walked anybody. Now he's gone full on Thurman Munson, wearing number 15 on his broad pinstripe back. The crowd here at Yankee Stadium starting to whoop it up. Paxton into the wind-up. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit. Left field. Paxton came up a little bit, and Munson drove a solid line drive single. Yastrzemski played on the roll, and that's the way it starts here in the 4th inning for New York. Reggie Jackson, the batter, struck out his first time up. And Reggie creates an uproar every time he comes up to the plate. Toy airplane has sailed out of the field, and Jackson has to retrieve that. A center of controversy since his arrival in New York at the outset of the baseball season. Or from the day he signed here with George Steinbrenner for a salary reputed to be $3 million. Hobson wide of the line at third. Burleson overshifted towards second. Outfield stays pretty much straight away. Munson to the lead. Here's the pitch to Jackson. It's wide for a ball. 1-0 the count. not playing tonight, but you can bet up in Toronto. They're finding out what's happening here. Somehow, some way. Stretch by Paxton. Here's the pitch to Reggie. Pop foul, upper deck, no play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yes, sir, this is brought back the thrills of yesteryear when it was Joe against Dominic, Husky against Rizzuto, Dora against Gordon, and all the famous Red Sox-Yankee matchups down through the great rivalry over the years. 1 ball, 1 strike. To say nothing of Mr. Williams against Damasio and a Keller and a Henrik. And the many, many other stars that glittered in both diamonds. Jackson waiting, a ball and a strike. Nobody out. Munson at first. Red Sox leading 2-0. Paxton works and knocks Reggie back off the plate. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Billy Martin way down in the corner of his dugout, leading the applause and pacing back and forth. Billy's not a stander like Zimmer. Zimmer gets in one place and stands. Billy paces like a lion in a cage. Here's the pitch to Reggie. Strike 2 called. Breaking ball inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was Paxton's good change, and it fooled Jackson. Drifting in and over just under the letters, where it says New York. Paxton in trouble here in the bottom of the 4th, trying to protect his slim 2-0 lead. A stretch by Little Mike. Here's the pitch to Reggie. Swing on and miss, strike 3. He gets Jackson on strike for the 2nd time. 3 strikeouts down. He got him on the change again, taking a little bit off of it. Well, there is 1 man out, and Chris Chambliss. He got ahead of the count of the 2nd inning, 3-1, and then Paxton jammed him, and he popped the foul up to Hobson. And that was good pitching. Munson still at first, 1 out. And a guy that has been trouble for the Red Sox over the past 2 years, waiting at the plate. Paxton comes to him, and he bangs it foul back behind the plate for a strike. 0-1. This series has turned on the big town. Turned on Boston, too, for that matter. Not too many things turn people on here, but this series has. And the Yankees at Fenway next Monday and Tuesday. Pitch by Paxton, a little wide to Chris. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's the homestand we come back to. Monday and Tuesday. And then off to Detroit. And back home with Toronto and Baltimore to ring it down. Pitch to Chambliss. Line foul into the mezzanine. Way back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count with 1 out and Munson at first. At the end of 7, the Pirates, with the Philadelphia Magic number of 10, trying to keep it there, leading 2-0 into the 8th. Houston thumped Cincinnati tonight, 13-4 in an early game. 1-2 on Chambliss. Short lead by Munson. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball towards Doyle. He'll wheel, go to Burleson. They get 1. No return throw to first base. Doyle had to charge way in. They had no chance for the double play there. Made the complete pivot, fired to Burleson. Munson went in with his takeout slide, but the Rooster had no opportunity to throw to first anyway. 4-6 on the 4th play. There's 2 men out to Graig Nettles, who grounded out to Scott unassisted. Paxton has given up 3 hits. Guidry's given up 2. But they were bunched in the 2nd inning to go with 2 walks and a wild pitch that led to the 2 runs that Boston leads by. In case you just tuned in a little bit late, and I can't imagine anybody from Maine on down doing that. From Maine to Winter Haven. Some Winter Haven people here tonight. Sent us a note up. Well, they've come from all over for this series. Long stare this time by Paxton, about as long as he's delayed in between pitches. He works the Nettles. Strike on the corner, 0-1.
Lynn has overshifted just a little bit on Nettles. A little off toward right center field. Right a bit more toward the line and deep right. Scott not holding to the runner. Here's the pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Hit one of those ridges. Right stays with it. Holds it to a single, and Chambliss comes to third. Solid shot that looked like it was going to veer off toward the corner, and then it hit something and came back into straightaway right. So 2 hits off Paxton in this inning, 4 overall. The Yankees have the tying runs on potentially, with 2 men out and Lou Piniella up, and Fisk is out at the mound to talk to Paxton. Neither bullpen has stirred a lick tonight. Fisk, mask sitting on top of his head, comes walking back. Piniella was called out on strikes in the second inning on a change curve in the inside corner. He argued with Rick Garcia about it, but to no avail. But Piniella, who's come up with key hit after key hit in this Yankee drive that has kept them in front, even though the Red Sox have been winning ball games for the bushel, is up there again in the clutch. Hobson about 5 feet off the line at third. Everybody else pretty normal. Sweet Lou Piniella, the right-hand batter. Chambliss at third. Nettles on at first. Here is the pitch by Paxton. Line to left field, a base hit. That makes it 2-1, and Piniella has come through again to cut the Red Sox margin to a run. They break through Paxton here in the 4th inning. Nettles held his second, and Alvin Jackson is on his way to the mound to talk to Mr. Paxton. While he's doing that, I'll tell you, the Red Sox are a hit with New England fans, and over the years, there has been a hit with them. Right now, stop in your nearby Zare department store and take advantage of their month-long better homes and bargain household helpers. Jackson has had his say-so. Willie Randolph up, and he had a long drive to center field, and Lynn ran down his first time up. So the Yankees are very much alive in this one. 2-1 Boston, and New York now out hitting the Red Sox 5-2. They have jammed 3 singles together in this inning. Key hits by Nettles and Piniella. Tying run at second, lead run at first. Paxton works inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. And the din here is enough to drive a man down. Big circular place with the sound bouncing back at you all the time. Here's Paxton's pitch. Curveball over for a strike, 1-1. Liver staying right with Paxton in this moment of stress. Has not moved the bullpen. Nettles at second. Piniella on at first. 2 men out. Paxton is set. Pitch to Randolph. Drifts in high. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. So far, this game is everything it was billed to be. Titanic struggle between the two of the 3, I will say, main contenders. Because I certainly don't sell Baltimore short. Not with Weaver at the helm. Long stare by Paxton. Checks Nettles at second base. Here's the pitch to Randolph. Fouled out of play, and he got a fearful rip. And a change curve by Paxton that time, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Little Mike goes to the rosin bag now, and we get a brief respite here. The new ball has been tossed out, and Randolph takes a little walk out of the batter's box. Dick Hauser ready to send his runners on anything. 2-1 Red Sox, 4th inning. A shaky lead right now. Paxton ready, and the pitch to Randolph. Well, what did it do? Oh, he's going to roll it. Randolph is trying to say it hit him, and the plate umpire says it hit the bat. He was already on his way down to first base, and Billy Martin comes running out, and he's in it with Garcia. Randolph begging for a hit that's been called. Did not get it from Garcia. With a breaking ball inside that more or less Randolph, if anything, stepped into it.
Dick Hauser comes down, but he'll let the skipper carry on the argument. And he sends Martin right back to the dugout. And it goes as they dug on a ball up there. Count 3-2. Burleson in to talk to Paxton now. And Mike has got to make this pitch pretty good to Willie Randolph or load him up. Or have something else horrible happen to him. Shylock has everything settled. It's a 3-2 count. That's what Nestor wanted to check. Bobby Cox has told his runners to go. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Paxton staring. Nettles and Piniella ready to break for the advantage they get there. Paxton still delaying and Randolph steps out. Constant uproar all around this big ballpark. So again, the runners take their lead. There they go, and here's the pitch. Bouncing ball to Hobson at the line. He dives on the bag and gets the force out. Another fine defensive jump by Butch Hobson diving at the bag for the play that forced out Graig Nettles, and we go to the 5th inning, 2-1 Boston.
The U.S. has been made the solid favorite in the Ryder Cup golf matches beginning Thursday in England. U.S. team captain Dow Finsterwald says he will not doctor the pairings to ensure a rematch between Jack Nicklaus and Brian Barnes. Finsterwald does not rule out the possibility of such a match should the draw turn up that way. The United States defeated Britain and Ireland 21-11 the last matches at Laurel Valley, Pennsylvania 2 years ago. Scotsman Barnes defeated Nicklaus twice in the singles. The two are on the teams again. This year, the format has been changed, and instead of 32 matches, the competition will be played over 20 matches with 5 foursomes on opening day, 5 4-balls on Friday, and 10 singles on Saturday. Besides Nicklaus, the U.S. team includes Ray Floyd, Lou Graham, Hubert Green, Dave Hill, Don January, Jerry McGee, Hale Irwin, Ed Sneed, Dave Stockton, Lanny Watkins, and Tom Watson. Sticking the scoreboard in the American League after 1.5, Chicago leads Minnesota 1-0. After 1.5, California 0, Texas 0. National League after 4.5, New York Mets 4, Montreal Expos 2. After 7, Pittsburgh still leads Philadelphia 2-0. After two innings of play, no score between Chicago and St. Louis. 2 later games in the senior circuit starting in about an hour. San Diego at Los Angeles and Atlanta at San Francisco. Oakland, Kansas City doubleheader in the American League. Both games postponed rain. Detroit and Cleveland also rained out.
Denny Doyle first up as we go now to the 5th inning. And there's a swinging strike, and there goes the bat out to Chambliss. For maybe the 18th or 19th time this year, Denny Doyle loses the bat on a swing, and it's strike 1. Doyle had a fielder's choice his first time up. For a top to second base after Butch had knocked in the second Red Sox run. Red Sox are leading here 2-1. They're being out hit 5-2. Longest hit of the night, a triple by Yastrzemski. Time called now, and something loose in right field, and Reggie Jackson retrieves it and throws it over the wall. Before too long in this series, there probably will be things hurtling over the field. Doyle takes outside from Ron Guidry. 1 ball, 1 strike. Doyle, Burleson, and Helms up this inning. And here comes a frisbee rolling across to the pitcher's mound. And the idiocy has started. Ridley flips it to Nettles, and Nettles gets a good shot into the Yankee dugout. Over it. Somebody caught it. The Pawtucket Red Sox got a run in the 7th inning, and now it's Charleston 2, Pawtucket 1 after 7. The pitch to Doyle. Swinging, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Guidry into the windup. He fires, and Doyle hits a chopper toward first. It's going to be foul. Nope, they call it fair. They call it fair, and that ball was picked up in foul ground, if I'm not entirely blind. And Doyle and Pesky are arguing. And he is out. So, Denny Doyle is out. First baseman unassisted, and there's 1 away. Burleson up. Denny was watching right as that ball was hit down there, was following it along. But it was ruled a fair ball by the first base umpire, Nestor Shylock. Guidry works to Burleson. Line drive, base hit over the shortstop Bucky Dent's glove and leap. So Burleson's on with a single with one out. That's the third Red Sox hit. And here's Tommy Helms. He is struck out and flied to right. Red Sox 2, Yankees 1. This is the fifth inning. Pitch. Helms lets it go, and it cost him a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Burleson off first. About 3 steps. And he gets back as Guidry throws over to Chambliss. Guidry works to Helms, and Tunney takes a fastball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-hander looks toward first. Helms swings ahead of a pitch, and it's strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to Tommy Helms. Came in the game hitting .288. He sat out about 49 or 50 games before coming to bat, and the first time he came to bat as a designated hitter in Fenway, he got 3 hits. Runner goes. Ground ball, foul of third. Ooh, close. Foul, but not by much. As they had a play on, Burleson was breaking, Helms was swinging, and the count is now 1-2. Guidry has a good fastball, and so the breaking pitch. Lack of a control problem bothered him mainly in the second inning. Helms swings. Strike 3. Tried to check his swing. They checked off with umpire Shylock, and he said no, he went around. So Helms strikes out for the second time, and that's 3 for Guidry. That makes that 4 now. 4 for Guidry. We'll have a station break on the Boston Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
This is SEN in the Canal Zone. It's 8:30.
Fred Lynn is the batter. 2 outs, and Burleson still at first. 5th inning, and a throw to first base. Count in the ball game, 2-1. The Red Sox lead. Triple by Yastrzemski in the first and the second inning, then a strikeout, a walk to Fisk, and a wild pitch. That scored Yastrzemski. There's a controlled foul lapse there. Then another walk. Walker finally scored on a single by Hobson. The pitch to win is high, ball 1. Here is the set. Let's throw to first base. The 1-0 delivery. Ground ball to second. Randolph up with it. Over to Chambliss. That's all. The Red Sox are down in their half of the 5th inning with 1 left on 1 hit, but no runs. And through a half a game, 4.5. It is the Yankees 1, the Red Sox 2.
Other Major League leaders in the home run department in the American League. Jim Rice of Boston leads with 38. Bonds of California, Nettles of the Yankees, 34. The Boomer, Scott of Boston, 32. Hobson of the Red Sox, and Gamble of the White Sox, 28. National League leaders, Foster, Cincinnati, 46 home runs. Jeff Barrows of Atlanta, 37. Greg Luzinski of the Philadelphia Phils, 36. Schmidt of the Phillies, 34. Bench of Cincinnati. Say and Garvey of Los Angeles, all with 29. RBI department, American League, Heisel, Minnesota, 113. Rice, Boston, 105. Bonds, California, 103. Hobson of the Red Sox, and Thompson of the Tigers, 99. National League, Foster, Cincinnati, 133. Luzinski of the Phils, 119. Barrows, Atlanta. Say of the Dodgers, 106. Garvey of L.A., 103. Stolen bases, American League, Partek, Kansas City, 46. Ramey, California, and Page, Oakland, 36. Bonds, California, 35. And LaFleur, Detroit, 33. Base stealers in the National League. The leader has been most of the year. Tavares, Pittsburgh, 60. Cedeno, Houston, 52. And Morgan, Cincinnati, 47.
Here we go now with the Yankees coming to bat in the 5th inning. And the first hitter up against Mike Paxton will be Bucky Dent, the number 9 hitter. A whole lot of the good hitters went through the fourth inning. 6 of them, and now is Dent, and then the top of the order again. And Paxton, with pressure on him, gave up 3 singles for a run in the fourth. Pitching to Dent. Foul back, strike 1. Dent popped up to shortstop in the third inning. Red Sox have 2 runs and 3 hits, and the Yankees 1 run and 5 hits. Paxton's pitch. Fly ball, right center field, not deep. Here comes Lynn. It's going to drop in there. Base hit. Little Texas League handle hit dropped amongst 3 players, Rice, Lynn, and Doyle. And there was one like that the other day at Fenway Park, too, with the Tigers. Perfectly placed. A Texas League blooper to start off the inning, and Paxton has run it all again. 6 hits off right now, and it looks like a line drive, and the Fox score tomorrow, but that's what kind of if it does. Just a little fly ball that nobody could get to. Lynn was playing pretty deep in center. Here's Rivers, who is lined to short and had an infield hit. Hobson close to third. They look for the bunt here, but they're not going to get it. Fly ball, right field, deep, way back. That's gone. Home run. Yankees lead 3-2. That took very little time to get out of here. Rice just looked at it. It banged up against the bleacher wall and back into the playing area. And they're still standing and cheering as the Yankee bench erupted and gave Rivers a big hand coming in. Jim Willoughby is warming in the Red Sox bullpen now as Paxton has been banged around here in the last 2 innings. A looping Texas League single by Dent. And then a line home run by Mickey Rivers, who is trouble again for the Red Sox. He is 2 for 3. His 11th of the year, and he now has 67 runs batted in, and the Yankees take the lead. The Red Sox have really done nothing at all with Guidry, except for that 1 inning when he hurt himself mostly with a walk and a wild pitch. The hit by Yaz, the only legitimate one, really. And meanwhile, they've been attacking Paxton and threatening. Now they've gotten ahead. The batter now is Roy White. He's 1 for 2, a double. Time called. And there's big fireworks going on in the blank area in center field. And the plate umpire, Garcia, wisely held off before Paxton pitches, knowing that ball was the thing was going to go off. And a big flame, an explosion came in the center field bleachers. There goes another one. Here's a foul back. Now they're throwing fireworks on the field in right center. Yankees 3, Red Sox 2, inning number 5. They have finally broken through Paxton's serve. Roy White up. Mike goes to work on him. There's a drive to right center field, maybe a gapper. Lynn coming on, though, makes a nice running catch. It hung on just long enough for Freddie Lynn to come get it. So there's 1 out. There have been 3 hard hit balls this inning. Well, 2, really, because the Dent single was nothing to write home about, but it got in. Thurman Munson up. He is flying to left. Nice running catch by Yaz. And has singled to left. Thurman Munson up at bat with Reggie Jackson on deck. Paxton breezed nicely through 3 innings. Then gave up the 3 singles for a run in the 4th. And now has given up the single and homer here in the 5th. Right-hander fires, and it slides outside and away from Fisk, ball 1. There's one out. The breaking ball is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. Paxton to the rosin. Willoughby continues to throw out in left center field. Now Mike Paxton fires, and there's a foul ball out of play. So Mike must now right himself, and he's done it occasionally in the past few games when he's given up a batch of hits with very few runs and then has turned it around to just hang in there and keep throwing strikes and get ahead. Now he's behind by 1. And the pitch. Run and ball foul off the left side. Two. The pitch. There's a liner to center field. Lynn coming in. Can't get it. It's a base hit. And Munson had a line drive single to left center. That's going to be all for Paxton. John Zimmer coming out after Al Jackson has come out, and Mike Paxton has been hit hard this inning. Willoughby comes on, Paxton leaves, and you're listening to Red Sox baseball from Yankee Stadium in New York.
In the International League.
Mike Paxton was the first of the 2 kid pitchers to go, and he left in under fire here in the 5th inning. He went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits and 3 runs. He's responsible for a base runner. He walked none. He struck out 3, and he gives way to Jim Willoughby.
Willoughby with a record of 5-0 and ERA of 4.20 in his 26th ball game with 2 saves. 45 innings of pitching, 21 earned runs, including 2 home runs. Walked 13, struck out 23. And it seemed like the Yankees, along about the 4th inning and in the 5th, and that's not because they scored in those 2 innings, started to time both Paxton's fastball and his change so much better now.
He began to look comfortable. He has kind of a smooth delivery anyway, and he opens up maybe a little bit too much sometimes, but they were getting him. And the fastball just wasn't enough to overpower him. But he gave it the best he had. He pitched well for 3 innings, but the 4th and 5th were telling the story on him, and now it's up to Willoughby to try to hold the Yankees, and hopefully the Red Sox can break into Ron Guidry somewhere along the line. Number 44 is at the plate, Reggie Jackson. There's still only 1 out. 3 hits this inning, including Rivers' home run. A line drive for an out. Pitch to Jackson. Outside, a ball. Reggie had no luck against Paxton. Mike struck him out twice, using the changeup effectively on him. Willoughby comes in with his pitch, and it's a little bit low. Ball 2, 2-0. They were comparing these ball clubs and talking about bullpens. Of course, Lyle and Campbell, they figure the standoff there, but the Yankee relievers, long and short, Kidrow at least, figuring to be superior. Bouncing ball to Doyle. Bobbles the ball over to Burleson. That's all they can get. They missed the double play, but they get 1. As Munson comes in hard, but Burleson gets out of his way. Doyle trying to get the double play. Would have had a chance had he fielded it cleanly, but you do not presuppose a double play, so it's a 4th out. Jackson saves it first on the fielder's choice, and the play on Munson goes 4-6. There are 2 outs now. Yankees 3, Red Sox 2 in the 5th inning. Chris Chambliss up. Pawtucket has tied up Charleston. They're in the 9th inning now in their ball game, 2-2. Pawtucket trying to get back even with Charleston in the final playoff in the International League title. Willoughby comes to the plate. There it goes. Long drive, right field, over for it. Rice can't get it up against the wall. The Carom gets behind it. They are waving the runner on. Rice goes into second base. No throw made. The run scores. Doyle chasing Chambliss back. Safe at second base. 4-2 Yankees. Chris Chambliss lined a double against the wall in right. Rice went back for it, and the ball got by him, coming back in a terrible hurry, and he had a long way to run to chase the Carom, which he could not field. By the time he had gotten it, the runner from first base, Reggie Jackson, was waved around and came on to score. Rice's throw went into Doyle. There was no throw at the plate. Chambliss had rounded the bag almost too far, and Doyle chased him. As Chambliss tried to get back to the bag, he slid in just ahead of Doyle. It's a double for Chambliss. The Yankees are ahead 4-2 now, and an intentional walk will be given to Graig Nettles. The run is charged to Paxton. He left the runner on, even though Munson was forced. The run is what is charged, not the runner. So it's complete log on Paxton. He meant 4 1/3 innings, gave up 8 hits and 4 runs. All of them solidly earned. And the Yankees are hitting hard now. They've got 9 hits, most of them to creatures. Ball 4 to Nettles. He gets the intentional walk. He's gone 1 for 2 previously. And now it's Lou Piniella, who had a clutch single in the 4th inning with 2 out to drive in the first Yankee run. Yankees 4, Red Sox 2, as the game has changed completely around in the 5th inning. Two on, 2 out. Ready to pitch to Lou Piniella. 1 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout. Ground ball foul, third base way. Nothing in 1 to Piniella. Bob Stanley now warming up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. There's a foul, and there goes the bat. The foul went to the first base side into the dugout, and the bat went to Hobson at third. So Piniella gets into the Denny Doyle act. Nothing in 2 to Sweet Lou. Chris Chambliss at second base. Graig Nettles at first. Now Willoughby works, and it's inside a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Willow rocks and throws. There's a foul ball. 1-2. Ball dribbles over into the Yankee dugout. It's 1-2 with 2 away. Yankees have come up here with some runs. Here it comes. Inside a ball. So now it's 2-2 to Piniella. 2 out, 2 on. Willoughby's pitch is hammered towards short, taken by Burleson. Flips to Doyle for the 3rd out. 3 runs. We go to the 6th inning. 4-2 Yankees.
Game is over at Veterans Stadium in the National League. Phil Garner drove in 2 runs. while Jim Rooker and Rich Gossage combined to pitch a 5-hitter in leading the Pittsburgh Pirates to a 2-0 victory over the Philadelphia Phils. The loss kept the Phils' magic number for clinching the National League East title at 10. Garner's RBI ground out following a triple by Frank Tavares gave Pittsburgh a 1-0 lead in the first. Garner then drove in an insurance run off loser Jim Cott, who's now 6-9, with a 6th-inning triple which scored Rooker, who had single. Rooker, 12-9 on the year, struck out 6, walked only 1 in his 7 2/3 innings on the mound. He also kept the Phillies from mounting a serious threat until the 5th. Gary Maddox started that inning with a single, then moved to third base on Bob Boone's double. But Rooker got Ted Sizemore on a slow tapper to third, then struck out the pitcher Cott. Then with Maddox breaking from third, Jerry Martin was called out for crossing the plate while attempting to bunt. Rooker did not allow any other Philly base runners. Any base runner reached as far as third in the game before giving way to Gossage in the 8th. By the way, Gossage recorded his 21st save. So the Phillies have lost to Pittsburgh, but they still have an 8-game lead in that wide-open National League East. Picking other scores in the senior circuit, New York at Montreal after 6.5, Mets 4, Expos 3. After 4.5, no scores still between Chicago and St. Louis. American League after 4.5, White Sox 3, Twins 1.
A 3-run inning for the Yankees, and things must need to be done for the Red Sox if they want to get going. They have done nothing, really, against Ron Guidry. They got a couple of runs. Yaz led with a triple, and that's been the big hit. Yaz is leading off here. Guidry left-hands his pitch in, and it's popped up in a shallow left center field. In for it comes Roy White. He's there, very shallow, and he's got it for the out. 1 pitch, 1 away. Yaz now is 1 for 3. Jim Rice up. He has struck out and walked. Guidry has given up just 3 hits. 1, the triple by Yastrzemski, which was legitimate. A single by Hobson, which was hard hit, a ground ball that got through a hole. And a single to left by Rick Burleson. And that has been it. Outside to Rice, ball 1. Now the pitch. And the fastball is away for a ball. 2-0. Phils are batting in the 9th inning and trailing the Pirates 2-0 in their ball game at Philadelphia. Foul back. Phillies are 9 games up on the Pirates. Their magic number is 10. But looks like it'll still be there after this one unless they get going in the 9th inning. That's the way it ended. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Rooker pitching the shutout. Pitch to Rice. Fly ball, right field. Not too deep. Coming on for it is Jackson. Reggie one-hands it, 2 out. 2 up and 2 down in a hurry. And here is Fisk. Fisk walked and scored in the second and hit a whistling line drive that was hauled in by Mickey Rivers in left center in the 4th inning. Pirates got 2 runs and 6 hits, no errors. Philadelphia, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. Jim Rooker, the winner, 12-9. Jim Cott, the loser, 6-9. 42,638 disappointed fans at Veterans Stadium. Save number 21 for Rich Gossage. Pitch is outside the Fisk, the ball. Now the pitch, and a check swing strike. One ball, 1 strike. Here it comes. And this one misses outside and low, ball 2. 2-1 to Fisk. Scott on deck. The home run ball has not been brought by the Red Sox. It's been brought by the Yankees. 2-run job by Mickey Rivers. Fisk takes high, ball 3. It is 3-1 to Carlton. Guidry has walked 3 and had a wild pitch. A couple of walks figuring in a score. The wild pitch definitely figuring in it. 1. Here's the 3-1, and Fisk takes strike 2. He was starting up the first base line. He's going to argue a bit with Garcia. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the payoff, and he hits a foul ball out of play. Full count still to Butch Fisk. Nobody on base in the 6th inning, and the Red Sox trail 4-2. Carves another foul back on the screen. Three balls, 2 strikes. Fisk sends a fly ball to left field fairly deep, but White plays deep, and he's going to be able to haul that in easily for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-2 New York.
Well, the Yankees with that 1.5 game lead on the Red Sox. The Yankees have 17 games remaining. Boston has 18. New York has 9 at home and 8 on the road. Boston now after tonight has 9 at home and 9 away. The Yankees play the Red Sox again on a Wednesday and Thursday. It'll be heard. Both these games will be heard, of course, here on AFRTS. The Yankees then play Cleveland 4 games, September 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. These are the next games at home, not the next games in order. Then they play the Tigers at home for 3, September 30th, October 1 and 2. Their away games against Detroit, 3 games, September 16th, 17th, 18th. 2 games at Fenway Park on the 19th and 20th. 3 at Toronto, September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. The Red Sox next home game will be with the Yankees 19th and 20th. They have 4 with Toronto at Fenway Park, 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. Baltimore will be in Boston for 3 games, September 30th, October 1st, and 2nd. Away games, the Red Sox have 9, with the Yankees 3, September 13th, of course, tonight, 14th, 15th, 3 in Baltimore, and 4 at Detroit.
Jim Willoughby will work now in the bottom of the 6th inning. First of all, to Willie Randolph, who is the only member of the Yankees who did not bat in the big 5th inning when they scored 3 runs. And they left a couple of people on base, too. Randolph, Dent, and then the top of the order, that trouble man, Mickey Rivers. Yankees 4 runs and 9 hits. The Red Sox 2 runs and 3 hits. Randolph has flied very deep to Lynn in center, and was had a 4th play as fielder's choice, and a good play by Butch Hobson that finally ended the 4th inning as he tagged third base for a 4th out. And a strike called on Randolph. Here it comes. Foul, a vicious cut by Randolph. Hey, Willie doesn't get cheated on his cuts. He swings away hard. He doesn't like to walk much. Willoughby throws, and there's a foul chopped off to the left. Randolph has walked, 57 times. He has struck out 48 times. Rivers doesn't like to walk at all. 16 walks all year in 522 times up before tonight. Struck out 45 times. Willoughby works the 2-strike pitch. Line drive, base hit, left field. Randolph in on it again. So he gets his first hit, and we'll have a station break on the Boston Red Sox Radio Network.
This is the American Forces Radio and Television Service.
In the Canal Zone, this is SCN Radio. It's 9 o'clock.
Back at Yankee Stadium, and they're doing it again as the leadoff single by Randolph has a runner at first base, nobody out, and Bucky Dent up. Dent has had a hit. The Yankees have 10 hits already. And Bob Stanley gets up to throw in the Red Sox bullpen. Everybody but Reggie Jackson has had at least about one hit for New York. Pitch out and nobody going anywhere. 1 ball, no strikes. Willoughby looks down, gets the sign. Rivers is on deck. Throw to first. Randolph at first. The count is 1-0 to the batter, Dent. Again, getting Randolph back to the bag. Willie has not stolen as many bases this year because of the operation he had over the winter on his leg. He has stolen 13 times in 19 tries. The bunt is fouled off up the first base line. Nobody can get to it. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees 4, Red Sox 2, 6th inning. Game 1. Tomorrow it'll be Reggie Cleveland against Ed Figueroa. Now Willoughby looks down for the sign. Throws to first base. Randolph right there. The bunt attempt is fouled off again up the first base side. Now it's 1-2. So Dent will check on with Dick Hauser, the third base coach, who'll get instructions from the bench as to whether to have him bunting again, attempting it on the third strike, or swinging away. Dent takes several long looks to Hauser. One ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Randolph off first. Yankees leading 4-2. Dent in a crouch at the plate. He swings weakly and misses. He's fooled by one. He showed a bit of indecision there. Started, stopped, and went through with it for strike 3. There's 1 out. Here's the hand for Rivers. Rivers has lined to short, had an infield hit, and hit a 2-run homer. And that hit keyed the big inning. Got the first 2 runs home. Another one followed. A bunch of people got hits and walks, but finally it was ended. Ground ball to Willoughby. To Burleson. 1 to first base, not in time. Good takeout by Willie Randolph on Burleson. Upset him as he threw. And they only get 1. Rivers a tough man to double up anyway. Burley went through with the play, but good base running by Willie Randolph precluded any thought that you might get a double play out of that one. Play goes 1-6. There are 2 away, and Roy White is up. White is doubled, popped up, and lined to center. With White up there, Jim Rice moves closer toward the line in right. Well over toward the foul line. Freddie Lynn is parked several steps toward right center. Yastrzemski maybe a step or 2 to left center, but not much. So over to first base. Now it's set by Willoughby. He steps off. Rivers moves away. Gets back, a low throw, but dug out by Scott. The nod by Willoughby. And the pitch. And it misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. has been just 1-1-2-3 innings for Red Sox pitching. That's when Paxton got the side in order in the second. There have been 2 by Guidry, the first and the sixth, 1-2-3 innings. Again outside it goes, and the count to White is 2-0. Munson on deck. Rivers leads away from first. 4 steps off with Scott holding the bag. And he gets back. Willoughby moves over to George. Now Willoughby again throws over to first base. Came a little closer that time, but Rivers moves nicely back to the bag. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the set and the pitch. He goes. There's the ball. Throw to second base. Not in time. Stolen base. Stolen base. Mickey Rivers got the good jump and stole his 22nd base in 36 tries and is in scoring position. The count is 3-0 to Roy White. So Willoughby is getting himself in a jam. There's 2 outs, though. White with a 3-0 count. See if they let him loose on this one. Willoughby pitches. They do. It's fouled off down the first base line. And the count is 3-1. Rivers kind of punches into his lead off second in little steps that he takes. White swings and misses, strike 2. So the count on Roy White is 3-2. Full count to White. Munson on deck. Willoughby with the pitch. Strike 3, got him. And we go to the 7th inning with a score 4-2 New York.
Let's check our scoreboard now. Gaylord Perry has just struck out his 2,828th. Let's see, it's garbled, so let's check that again. Looks like 2,820th strikeout in his career. That places Gaylord Perry 4th on the all-time strikeout list, passing the great Cy Young. We'll have to double-check that. It does look like 2,820. Anyway, it places him 4th in the all-time strikeout list. Gaylord's been hit for the home run, though. Dave Kingman, former National Leaguer, got his first home run, came for the Angels in the 4th with a man on base, so it's at least a 4-4 ball game between the Angels and the Rangers. Other games that are in progress in the American League, Minnesota, Chicago after 5 now. White Sox lead the Twins 3-1. Milwaukee and Seattle will start in about 25 minutes. National League, 7.5. New York Mets 4. Montreal Expos 3. Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia 2-0. Earlier today in the afternoon, Houston knocked off Cincinnati 13-4. At Busch Stadium, St. Louis, no score still after 4.5 between the Cubs and the Cardinals. And starting shortly will be San Diego at Los Angeles and Atlanta at San Francisco. The Cardinals have come up with 5 runs now in the home 5th. They lead Chicago 3-0, warming up at Los Angeles for San Diego. Shirley, 9-17. Llewellyn, 1-0 for the Dodgers.
All right, we're going to the 7th inning. The Red Sox are trailing by 4-2, and George Scott's first up. Jim?
All right, and somebody's got to get this thing started against Mr. Guidry. He's on a 3-hitter and has given up nothing since the 2nd inning when the Red Sox got their 2 runs. Scott has walked and flied out to right. Checks the swing for a ball down low. Shirley goes tonight for San Diego, and a rookie to the name of Llewellyn for the Dodgers. Their magic number is 5. Scott, line drive, base hit, left field. So the Boomer leads it off with a solid shot to left. The fourth hit off Guidry. And maybe that can sound the clarion call as Butch Hobson stands in. He's driven in one of the two Red Sox runs tonight with a single back in the second inning when Boston got all of its runs. Outfield straight away for Butch, and White so far out in left field you almost need glasses to see him. Down into the dirt, boxed up nicely by Thurman Munson. 1 ball, no strike. Bob Montgomery's on deck to bat for Denny Doyle. They're behind now, must go to the bench. Get some wood. Ball 2 is down low to Butch. Down in Arlington, Texas, Gaylord Terry has just had his 2,820th strikeout, which places him 4th on the all-time strikeout list, and he has now passed the great Cy Young. Pitching coach Art Fowler, who has been acquired by Billy Martin again. He's been with Martin down through the years, but took Billy half the year to get him back here. And Art Fowler is at the mound now to talk to Guidry, and there's activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Fowler, longtime associate of Martin's with the Texas club and with Detroit. Dave Kingman has just hit his first home run as a California Angel. And the fourth for 1 on, and they're in a tie, 4-4. The ever-present Sparky Lyle is the warming pitcher for the Yankees. You don't go with second liners in this series. Hobson swings and he misses for a strike. 2-1 the count. He represents the tying run at the plate if Butch can get a hold of one. And he cuts and misses again. Strike 2. He chased Rivers all the way to the wall back in the 4th inning. But now Guidry has him measured. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Scout at first. The pitch. Driven out toward left, but White is right there, and he's got it. Another solid shot by Hobson, but right at the deep plane White. Now Montgomery comes up, and he will bat for Denny Doyle. Monty hitting .308, 2 home runs, 7 batted in. So that means Mr. Dillard will be coming on to do a little second base play. Doyle has been 0 for 2, 1 on a disputed play in the 5th inning. 1 on, 1 out. And the hammer is up. 4-2 Yankees in the 7th. Red Sox being out hit 10-4. Dribbling foul over the shoulder of Munson back behind the plate for a strike. 0-1. Going to have to be late lightning for the Red Sox tonight. They've won only 1 at Yankee Stadium all year while losing 4. The Yankees have the same record at Fenway, 1-4. Montgomery, a foul into the upper deck, strike 2, and Guidry has the big edge on Monty. No balls and 2 strikes. A look in by Guidry as he conceals the ball behind his back while taking the sign from Munson. Works to Montgomery and strikes him out swinging. Strikeout number 5. Puts 2 men away and brings up Burleson. Pawtucket lost its 2nd game in a row in the playoffs tonight, 3-2 to Charleston. The losing pitcher was Jim Burton, 3-5-0 for Charleston, 2-5-1 for Pawtucket, and they now go to Charleston 2 games down in the best 4 out of 7. Now some more chit-chat out there as Munson and Nettles have converged on the mound, and Garcia goes out to break that up. Burleson's had a hit back in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 3. Red Sox led 2-0 into the 4th, 2-1 into the 5th. Was the Rivers home run, and the 3-run outburst by New York put him in front. High and wide to the rooster. 1 ball, no strike. Nobody going home. The crowd has not been announced. Just a whopper tonight at Yankee Stadium. High to Burleson again. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. Guidry gave up 2 hits in the 2nd. A harmless hit in the 5th, and a leadoff single to Scott here in the 7th. Paying no attention to Scott. Chambliss well in behind him. Burleson takes the strike right at the letters. 2-1 the count. Tommy Helms on deck, and he has had no luck with Guidry. Red Sox down a pair. Foul, upper deck, strike two. 2-2 on Burleson. Tomorrow night, same time, Reggie Cleveland and Ed Figueroa. Thursday night in the wrap-up, it'll be Louis Tiant and Mike Torres. Martin's still doing a lot of pacing down in the dugout, even though he's got the 2-run lead here in the late innings, and who can blame him? The pitch to Burleson. Long foul, way down the right field side. It's out of play. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes on Burleson. Red Sox will be home Monday night to face the Yankees in Fenway. Or as Thurman Munson called it, their phone booth. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. Burleson strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 4-2 New York.
A few pro football notes and a big surprise. The New England Patriots on Tuesday waived veteran wide receivers Randy Vitaja and Marlon Briscoe to reach the 43-player limit. Vitaja, a 7-year veteran, tied a club record with 51 receptions in 1971. The former Stanford star was named to the American Conference All-Rookie team that year. He also led the club in receiving in 1975. Vitaja caught only 11 passes for 192 yards last season. Briscoe, a 10-year veteran, played for 6 teams before the Pats acquired him last fall. In 1970, he was an All-Pro with the Buffalo Bills, catching a league-high 57 passes. Atlanta quarterback Steve Burkowski underwent what doctors termed successful knee surgery Tuesday. Burkowski was not placed on the injured reserve list because Coach Lehman Bennett wants to give the former All-America from California a chance to test the knee later this season. Burkowski will be sidelined from 6 to 8 weeks. And Tennessee football coach Johnny Majors was named today to serve as head coach of the USA team in the Can-American Bowl game scheduled for January in Tampa.
On Guidry. As he's pitching the type of ball game that he has thrown day after day for the New York Yankees since Martin took him out of the bullpen and moved him into the starting rotation. Not an overpowering pitcher, but he's got a good live fastball. Got good command of all of his pitches. And although he's been a little on the wild side tonight, it hasn't hurt him that much except in the second inning. Willoughby will go to Munson here in the bottom of the 7th. Thurman is 2 for 3. Steve Dillard has gone in at second base. Replacing Doyle, he was hit for. To no avail. So Thurman Munson is the batter. Fans here is about enthusiastic as Yankee fans have been for quite a while, but this all started last year when they came out of the doldrums and once again became a contender. Breaking ball is in there for a strike, 0-1. Going on to win the American League and then to be absolutely embarrassed by the Reds in the World Series. Pitch is inside, 1-1. One thing about the World Series this year, no matter who's in it, the Reds won't be. As far as the National League representative is concerned. Bouncing ball to Burleson. Gathers it in one hop to Scott, 1 out. Willoughby's done well in relief. But the horse had left the barn by the time he got off. Jackson up. He's the only man without a hit, as Ned pointed out. Reggie has struck out twice, hit into a fourth play. He's 0 for 3. Reggie Jackson from Philadelphia, Phoenix, Oakland, and all points west. Born to the south of here in the city of brotherly love. Takes a strike on the corner, 0-1. 4-2, the Yankees are leading in the bottom of the 7th in the crucial first game of the 3-game set. Willoughby works again and bends it outside. The curveball did nothing. 1-1 the count. Jackson has got a chance to drive in 100 or better. He's got 91 RBIs. Pitch is a little bit outside. 2 balls and a strike. Yankees are the team batting at 280. And the Red Sox at the same figure. Reggie, a foul, hit off the end of the bat, just off to the left of the booth. There's an awful lot of airing in this game going on here tonight. Being sent back to the Caribbean, Puerto Rico. And various other places around. And, of course, our own, going around the world overseas to all our boys and girls in the armed forces. Bouncing foul outside the line. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Reggie. Reggie hasn't hit the ball good tonight. The late change, he was the DH, and then the last moment, Martin Switch put him in right field and made Piniella the DH. Breaking ball in, and Jackson strikes out for the 3rd time. Well, Reggie is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and that's the same number Willoughby has. And the crowd hoots and hollers at him as he goes back in. Chambliss up, he's had 1 hit, a double, and it was a big one, driving in a run in the 5th inning. It opened up the gap and gave the Yankees an insurance run. Instead of being 3-2, it's 4-2, which changes your game plan around a little bit. Good pitch by Willoughby, but just a little bit low. 1 ball and no strike. Willoughby pumps and works again, and a big bounding ball to Scott, played on the short hop bobble, runs to the bag, he's got him. Another easy inning for Willoughby. We go to the 8th, 4-2 New York.
Well, there's quite a boxing spectacular going on in Los Angeles for TV fans. Howard Davis, 135.5 pounds, a 1976 Olympic champion from Long Island, New York, has run his record to 5-0 as a pro by making a punching bag out of one-time lightweight contender Tom Panetta, 137 from Mexico, before scoring a 4th-round knockout. Michael Spinks, 168 pounds from Philadelphia, the 2nd Olympic champion from Montreal in the card. He did only 51 seconds of the 1st round to dispose of Ray Elson, 174 from New York, in a scheduled 8-rounder. Spinks now 6-0 as a pro. Had Elson down twice, the 2nd time from a sizzling overhand right. Elson couldn't get up. Elson suffered only his 2nd defeat against 15 wins and a draw. In the opening bout, unbeaten Alberto Sandoval of Pomona, California, stopped Mexico's Rafael Rubio at 2:44 of the 3rd round. Again, Howard Davis, 1976 Olympic champion from Long Island, has run his record to 5-0 as a pro by defeating one-time lightweight contender Torrey Panetta of Mexico. Baseball, Minnesota-Chicago American League after 6. White Sox 4, Twins 1. Starting pitchers in from Milwaukee at Seattle. Slayton 9-14 for the Brewers. Abbott 11-10 for the Mariners. And after 4.5, all tied up, California 4, Texas 4.
Paul Blair is in right field for the Yankees as Tommy Helms sends the first pitch foul 3rd base way as we get underway in the 8th inning. Paul Blair replacing Reggie Jackson, a defensive move often made this year by Billy Martin. Blair playing right and batting 4th. Helms up with a strike on him. Ron Guidry pitching 4 hit baseballs so far. Fly ball left field. White back. And Roy White is right there. Got it. The ball has been out high off the wall and maybe in the screen at Fenway. Just an easy out here. Helms flies out. He's 0 for 4. And Fred Lynn is up. He's 0 for 3. And had the ball out of the infield. Guidry has pitched a fine ball game. The only trouble has been himself and his wildness. And that really didn't amount to too much. 2 runs, but then the Yankees overcame that. Strike call. Nothing in 1 to Fred Lynn. Yankees lead 4-2. Relatively close game, but the Yankees superior since the middle of the game. Lynn takes strike 2. It comes right below us. Shall we that one and get another fat hand? Nothing in 2. High for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3, swinging. Got him. Number 7 for Guidry. Two outs quickly in the 8th inning. The batter, Carl Yastrzemski. A triple, a foul out, and a fly ball to left. Guidry now making it look easy. Left-hander goes to work on Yaz, and Carl takes high. Ball 1. Here comes. Fouls it at the plate. Some of the first-nighters who came to be seen are leaving now. Here's the 1-1 delivery. And there's a very high pop-up in the infield. Playable by Nettles. Under it, waits for hours. He's got it. 1, 2, 3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 4-2 New York.
A few more football notes. We mentioned partially a while ago, Tennessee football coach Johnny Majors was named Tuesday to serve as the head coach of the USA team. That's in the Canadian-American Bowl game scheduled for January in Tampa. The Can-Am Bowl will feature a team of Canadian College All-Stars against a team of College All-Stars from Canada. That's American College against Canadian College. The game will be played under a combination of American and Canadian rules. Dallas Cowboys coach Tom Landry announced Tuesday that 5 rookies will be in the starting lineup when the club opens the season against the Minnesota Vikings. However, Heisman Trophy winner Tony Dorsett will be on the bench behind Preston Pearson. The new starters include linebacker Tom Henderson, defensive tackle Randy White, the University of Maryland, and cornerback Aaron Kyle. On offense, there's guard Tom Rafferty and tackle Pat Donovan. Landry explained his decision not to start Dorsett by saying the gifted running back still has a lot to learn. He went on to say that the mere presence of Dorsett on the bench makes this year's offensive unit more of a threat than the one which opened last year with 5 straight victories.
The paid attendance is the largest in the history of the new Yankee Stadium for a regular season game. They have 55,269. That surpasses by a couple of hundred the previous largest regular season crowd, which was the last during the Red Sox series down here in June 26th. The largest ever was 55,800 something at the last game of the playoffs with Kansas City here last fall. But this is the largest crowd for a regular season game. I don't know where they put them all. They're standing everywhere. They're lying down. They're in the aisles. They're 55,269. First up for the Yankees, 8th inning, Graig Nettles. Jim Willoughby has pitched 2 2/3 scoreless relief ball. Strike called to Nettles. Although when Willoughby was in, there was a run scored. He gave up a double to Chambliss, but the run that counted was charged to Mike Paxton, who is charged with all 4 of the Yankees' runs. The Yankees lead 4-2. Outside to Nettles. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nettles has had 1 hit tonight, singling in the 4th inning. Pitch by Willoughby. Outside, a ball. Yankees trying to come off a rather embarrassing weekend at times, and they're 2-2 split with Toronto, the expansion club, who has played them as well as any team in the American League. They're 6-6 with Toronto. Ball 3 outside, 3-1. And of course there was that 19-3 flicking that was in there Saturday. Red Sox coming off 4 straight over Detroit at Fenway, but have been stopped by the fine pitching of Ron Guidry so far tonight. A foul at home plate, and that hit right off the foot of Nettles. He sat down, and it hurt him a little bit.
There's one amazing thing, and that thing, Milwaukee's got an edge on the Yankees, 8-7.
Yeah, they played them very well. Early in the year, they had their left-handers going against them and beating them. Nettles still wandering around and trying to shake off that foul ball. Willoughby waits. Yankees leading 4-2 as they bat in the 8th inning. The Red Sox 9th will have Rice, Fisk, and Scott up for the last call. 3-2 pitch, foul back. Balls, 2 strikes. Willoughby nods okay, goes to work. And it's fouled off. He went for an outside pitch into the mezzanine deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count to Graig Nettles. High foul, first base side, but there's no foul room over there for George Scott, I don't believe. Nope. He was hoping the wind would blow it back toward the playing area, but it didn't. Wind is blowing out. There's been only 1 home run, and that's been to right field. It seems to be blowing out more towards left and center, but it's hard to tell down on this field because of the enclosure of the stadium. Things relatively quiet now from the fans. They're not throwing as many things on the field as usual, as they did earlier. 2 airplanes. Strike 3 called. Graig Nettles knew it. He walks away. And the 4th strikeout for Jim Willoughby. Here's Piniella, who has been called out on strike, singled home a run, and had a fielder's choice. Getting set at the plate. Willoughby looking down. And the pitch. Ground ball towards third, charged by Hobson. Makes a good pickup. Fires over. Scott tags the runner. Good play all the way around. Well, that woke a few Red Sox fans up. A fine play defensively by Butch Hobson and by George Scott. The ball was down near the line, and Hobson made it a very good play on a difficult trap hop. He picked it up, threw off balance, fell down. The throw was a little off, but Scott got off the bag in time to sweep the tag around and tag Lou Piniella.
His throws are so much truer than they were in him.
Yeah, right. That was the only problem he had at third base, mainly with his throws, but he got something on that one, too. 2 outs. Randolph swings and misses a strike. Nothing in 1. Now the wind-up and pitch. Willow gets the call, strike on the outside corner. Sparky Lyle throwing in the bullpen for the Yankees just in case he's needed in the ninth. Red Sox are trailing 4-2. Here's the 2-strike pitch, and Randolph takes high, ball 1. Fly ball, right center field, fairly deep. Rice going back, and Jim is under it. He's got it. Willoughby has another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the ninth. 4-2 New York.
More from the boxing extravaganza in Los Angeles. John Tate, 229 pounds, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, a bronze medalist at the Montreal Olympics last year, was unimpressive in scoring a brawling split decision victory over Eddie Lopez, 210 from Los Angeles, to get denied from 2 officials, while the third scored it even. Tate ran his record to 5-0, while Lopez sustained his first defeat in 11 decisions. More on pro football. The Pittsburgh Steelers say that veteran running back Frenchie Fuqua and 3 others will be sidelined for the season with injuries. The others are wide receiver Theo Bell, rookie guard Steve Harzan, and rookie defensive lineman Tom Beasley. Fuqua, in his 9th year with the Steelers, has a broken thumb. Bell, a second-year player, has a foot injury. Corson, who played at Clemson, has an ankle injury. And Beasley from Virginia Tech has a toe injury. The Steelers will add punter Bobby Walden and rookie quarterback Cliff Stout to their inactive reserve list. Again, our scoreboard, really not very much more to report on. It's still 4-4 after 4.5 Texas and California. National League after 6 now. Cardinals 3 and the Cubs 1. And in the American League again, after 6.5, Chicago still leads Minnesota 4-1. In the game so far, home run Smalley, Minnesota third, nobody on his sixth. Ezzy in Chicago, 10th homer of the year, the second one on. Gamble his 29th homer for the White Sox, sixth with nobody on.
It's the top of the ninth inning, and the Red Sox trail by 2 runs, 4-2. Jim Rice first up against Ron Guidry, who has allowed only 4 hits all night long, and 2 of them were in the second inning. The pitch to Rice. Ground ball takes a bad hop high into left field for a hit. Rice is on, leading off the ninth inning. It probably would have gotten by Nettles anyway, but it took a high hop off the lip of the grass and sailed out into left. So Jim Rice has his first hit. And, of course, now the tying run, the potential tying run, comes to the plate. Carlton Fisk. Fisk has walked, line to center, and flied fairly deep to left. Hit the ball well, but it's Yankee Stadium. Red Sox down by 2 and trying to fight back here in the ninth. 5 hits off Guidry. Lyle warm in the bullpen. And Bill Campbell throwing lazily in the Red Sox pen in case he's needed. Pitch is a ball low. 1 ball, no strikes to Carlton Fisk. It is. And he pops a foul back. Munson won't be able to get it. It's back of the screen and onto the screen down below us. 1-1 to Fisk. One ball, 1 strike. Set by Guidry. There's a fly ball, well hit to center field. Rivers going to back there, though. He outruns it. He's got it. And Rice will have to hurry to get to first. He does. Fisk gets one 420 feet away, and he's out. Matter of time for Rivers to get under it. And Fisk has hit 3 right on the nose and has nothing to show for it. Billy Martin trotted out to the mound. Rivers just outran it. And Fisk hit that very well. He's hit 3 of them very well, but 3 outfield outs here. Don't know what they would have been at Fenway Park. A couple would have been home runs. 1 would have been off the wall. But as we say, this is Yankee Stadium. Billy Martin has had his talk with Guidry. And with 1 out and 1 on, the batter is Scott. George has walked, slide to right, and singled to left. 5 hits now for the Red Sox. They trail 4-2 with 2 outs to go. 1 out of the ninth inning. Rice at first. Scott takes a strike to the outside corner. Here comes. Foul back. Strike 2. In the hole, 0-2. Guidry to the stretch. Down low, blocked nicely by Munson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Couple of pieces of paper. Skitter across the grass. Cellophane out into right field. Guidry leans for the sign. Now, Guidry pitching to Scott, fouled off. Guidry has given up just 12 homers in 180-some innings now. That's what you're thinking. Scott bends away from a fastball up and in, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Scott at first. Scott at the plate. Rice at first. Strike 3. Got it. 2 down. 8 strikeouts for Guidry now. And the Yankee fans, sensing win number 1, are on their feet and applauding. Willie Randolph comes over to talk to Guidry, and Butch Hobson is up. And if you don't think he's going to go long ball, you've got another thing coming. With Dillard up next.
I think you got that right, as George said.
Guidry looks for the side. Here it comes. Strike swinging. One strike to Butch Hobson, who has an RBI single in this game. Goes for it. Strike 2. Back in. They're yelling now. Way high. Tried to get him to go for a bad one. Hobson, a good 2-strike hitter, though. As long as he has one swing left, you never know. Guidry ready to pitch to Butch Hobson. Here it is. Strike 3. Game's over. Yankees win it 4-2. In the 9th inning, 1 hit, 1 left. Final score, Yankees 4, Red Sox 2. We'll wrap it up in a moment.
Well, that moves the Yankees out in front of the Red Sox by 2.5. So now, with the 2 games to go in this current series at Yankee Stadium, the Red Sox, the best they can do is to leave New York trailing by a half game. They've got to win on Wednesday and, of course, again on Thursday. Both those games will be heard here over AFR-DSW. Baltimore idle, fall a half game further back. They trail New York by 3. They're half a game out of second behind the Red Sox. Scoreboard, well, there's nothing more to report. Let's give you the finals. In the National League in the afternoon, Houston beats Cincinnati 13-4. Pittsburgh blanked Philadelphia 2-0. Rooker wins his 12th against 9 losses. Jim caught the loser. He's now 6-9. A couple of games were postponed in the American League. Oakland at Kansas City. They had a combination flooding near the stadium, and also power problems. So they will now make up this doubleheader. They're already behind other games, so they're playing 2 straight twilight doubleheaders on Wednesday and Thursday. That's Oakland at Kansas City. Single game, Detroit at Cleveland also postponed this because of rain. Some games just getting underway. San Diego at Los Angeles. Shirley 9-17 for the Padres. Llewellyn 1-0 for the Dodgers. Atlanta at San Francisco. Naylor, another rookie from Atlanta, just called up. 0-0, and Barr for the Giants, 12-14. Milwaukee at Seattle just getting underway. Slayton 9-14 for the Brewers. Abbott 11-10 for the Mariners. After 4.5, must be some transmission problems. California, Texas still 4-4. National League after 6. Cardinals 3, and the Cubs 1, 7.5 at Montreal at Olympic Stadium. Expos trail the New York Mets by a score of 4-3. Now for the wrap-up of this first game of the 3-game series at Yankee Stadium, let's return to New York.
Totals on the game tonight. The Yankees, 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 7. The Red Sox, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left 6. The winning pitcher, fine job, Ron Guidry, 14-6, 1-0 against Boston. The losing pitcher, Mike Paxton, 9-5, 0-1 against New York. 1 home run in the game, a telling one. Mickey Rivers with a man on in the 5th inning, his 11th of the year. More in a moment.